Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, everyone. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing fine. Okay. Oh, forgot to do a little housekeeping. Hold on. That's a little housekeeping. Here we go. Okay. So I got a couple of announcements. The first announcement that I have to make is that, unfortunately, I am going to have to cancel this Light and Insight event meet and greet. So the people who actually purchase a ticket, you will be refunded, of course. However, the reason that I am having to cancel it is essentially bad timing. It's essentially bad timing. I did not give everyone, including myself, enough prep time to be able to make the arrangements that they would need to make in order to attend the meet and greet. So because of that and other factors that we're not going to discuss, I'm going to cancel it for this year. For next year, we can do this again, but it'll be bigger and better. So I'll be prepared to make the announcement around April-ish of 2025 and give everybody a few months in advance in order to prepare themselves if they want to attend. So we're looking at having an event probably in July-ish. I have not obviously come up with a date, but in the midst of the summertime is what I'm looking towards. Bad timing a little bit because September, children are going back to school, things like that. So it just wasn't a good time, I don't think, for anyone. So next year, we'll be able to, like I said, have a longer lead time, give people an opportunity to make the arrangements, like I said, that they would need to make in order to attend the event. So that's that. Now, the other announcement that I want to make is actually more exciting. I want to show you. And of course, this is only the beginning. However, I want to show you the site because I've started to add the t-shirts. So of course the shirts and things of that nature, and then there will be more items added as time goes on, but you can either click one of these. So there's 2 designs for the ladies, and if you go back, there's 1 design so far for the guys, unless they also want the unbig your back. If the men want the unbig the back, I'll do it for the men as well, but I have some other ideas for the men. So, or you can come up to the top and you can actually click where you want to go. Books and charts, of course, to buy the book here for the ladies, things of that nature. So, like I said, it's just the beginning. However, I'm going to be adding designs every week, a few designs each week. So every time you come back, there's going to be more t-shirt designs, things of that nature, especially if you guys give me some ideas about the things that you want. But I already have my design ideas there. The t-shirts are of excellent quality. That was the purpose of me purchasing the shirts first. I even gave them a wash, which was successful. So no fading or anything. The t-shirts are of very, very high quality. And that's what I want to give to everyone. So if you go and you purchase it, there are different colors, different sizes, of course. So you'll be able to purchase your shirts. We're going to add other items as well as I see the interest. I'll add other items to it. But for right now, we're going to stick with apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, maybe even hats, things of that nature. All right. So I'm glad to be able to offer the t-shirts. I finally figured out how to connect the store and all that good stuff in the background. I'm like, oh yeah, now it's the way that I want it to be. So that's it for the announcements. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, this isn't the timing. It's timing. It's timing. Yeah. Gotta be good timing for people. Okay. That's a good one. That actually is a good one. Since you got your degree and you know every effing thing. Okay. I like that. I like that. Okay. For the men do kings of the earth. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I'm not going to remember these. So, you can put them in the comments as well, because I do read the comments. So, and then that'll be like, it'll just be there. Matter of fact, I might pin it and have people to have their ideas under the comments. That might actually work, so that I can refer back to them and see how many people like those things. You know, that's been a long time in the making. Some merch. People have been asking me for merch for years now. All right. Thank you so much, Johnny BX, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. So, Mrs. Cartwright, you're not Mrs. Cartwright. So what's been going around is, okay, it's this account, this Divestors account, that is really popular on TikTok. And I done seen her videos, you know what I'm saying, over time. I've seen her videos quite a few times, you know, running up on it and things of that nature. And so I always would shake my head or whatever, because her content is so good. It's so, I want to be Mrs. Cartwright so bad. So before I show you the videos that are now going viral, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the essence of this woman's content. So the account is called Kweenofkings on TikTok. And the essence of her content is, she's basically a baby mom. Well, not a baby mama. She claims she was married before. So she say. And she had, I think, 1 or 2 children. And she was like 21 or 22 or something like that, and got divorced. With a black man. She was married to a black man, got divorced from a black man. And there's a reason why she liked twerking, because she was also a scripper. A scripper. That's right. She was a scripper. Are we going to show you the receipts? And so the context and the essence of her whole content is, she was left by a black man to be a single mama, and her white and shining armor came to rescue her and treat her and elevate her to Mrs. Cartwright, baby, when she was nothing but a baby mama to black men. Her white and shining armor, baby, came up, and he swept her off her feet. And you know, he a big old white man, you know, so that's her big Viking, you know, and all that. And she, you know, she petite. She a little bitty thing. So, you know, it's a big height disparity. And she had like 2-3 kids. I think she had like 2 kids, 2-3 kids with him. They got 4 kids all together. And so that's the main thing that her content is about. How wonderful her white and shining armor is, how horrible black men are, because, you know, she didn't have no value in their eyes, but in his eyes, she got all the value. And, you know, they live in a big fine home. They got all the cars. That's very important. They live in a big fine home. They got all the cars. They got everything that they need. You know, he don't got her wanting for nothing. That's what she told the world. He ain't got her wanting for nothing. He ain't got her, you know, she's a stay-at-home mom. And you know what I'm saying? And hey, they are living the life. Well. Come to find out, over the weekend, that things are not as they appear. Things are not as they appear in Divester Land. Now, mind you, he in these videos with her, mind you. I was wondering if anybody caught my little villain laugh. Okay, listen. Let me okay, hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me pull this one up because it's like two of them that I want to pull up right now. And then there's this one. Okay. Okay. So this is the one that I want to show you first. Okay, we seeing this? Okay. There, you know what? Right. These little Cartwright Chronicles is funny. Anyway, I want y'all to listen. It may or may not. It's actually not really fuzzy at all. But this is them. This is them. This is her, and this is her white and shining armor. Okay.
Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, oh, are you not going to talk? After I was just sitting here silent before we even got on live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid the down deposit on our house. Let's not pretend that I'm not the one that paid for the Range Rover. Let's not pretend that I'm the one that paid for this whole fucking life that we live. Let's not pretend that. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend. Oh, okay. Let's not pretend. Let's just be very, very real. You told me to put it on live, so I put it on live. So, and then you want to start talking about a glass of wine, and then you want to start saying, oh, are you not going to talk? After I was just sitting here silent before we even got on live. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. I've been not talking. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay. That's not.
And then there's like a bit of continuation.
On our house. Let's not.
No.
You did not try at all whatsoever. Let's be honest about the fact that I'm the one that made you see. I'm the one that made you see your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that when I met you, you was lying about that. The fact that you had a daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that you are a literal how angry I got when I found out that you can't see that little girl, and I told you to go and get a lawyer and go fight for your daughter, literally pissed off that you wouldn't fight for your daughter? Let's be honest about the fact that you lie and say she was a one-night stand, but your mother even told me that y'all was together. Let's be very honest. Put it all on. It's about your daughter. You went to Minnesota or whatever your baby mother is from, and you've been nothing but a deadbeat to your daughter. You knew your daughter. You knew where she was. You did not try at all whatsoever. Let's be honest about the fact that I'm the one that made you see. I'm the one that made you see your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that when I met you, you was lying about that. The fact that you had a daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that you are a literal how angry I got when I found out that you can't see that little girl, and I told you to go and get a lawyer and go fight for your daughter, literally pissed off that you wouldn't fight for your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that you lie and say she was a one-night stand, but your mother even told me that y'all was together. Let's be very honest. Put it all on.
Now that we've seen those, first off, before we get into the fact that she a hyena, because divestors are hyenas more often than not. That's my theory. The way, and I'm saying divestors are hyenas more often than not. And I'm gonna say this. It's almost 100%. Almost. And particularly the ones that like to down black men and then fetishize Mr. Cartwright and go over there. Those ones, those be hyenas. But before I get into her hyenaism, here's what we really need to be pointing out. Did she or did she not tell the world just now on them clips that she was paying for everything? Did yes or no? Did she or did she not say it? She did. What's the number one complaint that black women be saying they not gonna do with black men? What's the number one thing they not gonna do? What's the number one thing? What's the number one thing they're not gonna do? What do they swear to God? They swear to God that a black man better not ask them to do what? She not going to provide. Thank you, Lundy Way. She's not going to provide. She don't want to go 50-50. She's in her soft era, right? That's why divestors say they go over there, because they telling everybody that when they get with Mr. Cartwright, that they are indeed allowed to be feminine and in their feminine era, and they don't have to worry about provision, and they don't have to worry about going 50-50, and they don't have to worry about paying for him, and they gotta work, and they gotta pay for everything. He takes care of them. He's so much better of a provider than black men. Bop, 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 bop. That is the talking point. That is the talking point. That is the number one talking point. Lo and behold, she over there footing the bill. Baby got her foot all up in a bill, baby. Got her name on everything. She making it rain. She footing the bill. She buying cars. She putting down payments on houses. She buying him stuff. She making sure he see his other kids that he was quote unquote deadbeating on. He was a deadbeat, but you married him and had 2 more kids with him. That is the complaint. They swore to God that when Tyler Perry said, your man might be providing this and providing that, but you may be so much more ahead of him financially. If he can just pay the light bill, and they flipped out. What you mean? He just paying the light bill. What kind of man is that? They always want us to settle for less. Always want us to settle for dusty. Cause black men always making excuses about what kind of money they ain't got, and they ain't got no money, and they broke, and they dusties, and they always want us to be the submissive provider. Was she not the submissive provider? Did she not go over to Mr. Cartwright to be exactly the thing that divestors swear to God that they not going to be with black men, and that white men do not ask them for that? This is what they told everybody. They said that we are not going to be submissive providers. Black men want submissive providers. They want women to go out, provide all of the finances for the home, come home, then provide all of the feminine parts of the relationship, sex, on demand, and submit to everything that he say. Ain't that what they said? And they said that black men was out of control for requiring that of their women, and that they don't support them and don't help them, and the men won't help them. Isn't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? Am I tripping? Am I the one tripping, or do we remember that? Because it would be a little out of control if I'm expected as the woman to make all the money, spend all the money in the house, then do everything that a woman's supposed to do in a relationship, and then submit. Well, that sounds just about as one-sided as the hyenas want the relationship to be, where they want the man to go do everything that a man's supposed to do, all of providing, then come home and do everything she's supposed to be doing, and then have sex on demand, and then have no order for her to follow. So you would rather go over there to pay that man to be with you. You essentially paid this man to be with you. I would never. A lioness would never. This how you know she a hyena. That before we get to her trying to put somebody on blast, this is how you know she's a hyena, when you got to pay a man to be with you. When he ain't lift a finger. Let her tell it. He ain't lift a finger. Now, mind you, what I find to be interesting is that she claimed she's the one making all the money, but he in like 80 to 90% of them videos with her. He do the content with her. They are a content couple. They have a TikTok relationship. She better watch how she talk to him, because you know how Mr. Cartwright get down. He do not really play that. And as big as that man is, he ain't have to be that big to be, you know what I'm saying? But that's a big old man. That is not no little man. Okay? That is not no little bitty man. That is a big old man. He bigger than a lot of men. Not upper room, Cartwright. Leave me alone. Not upper room. Not the upper room. The part that get me is they swear to God that there's no such thing as building with a black man. That men of other races do not require their women. And if black women were to be with those men, that those men would not require the black women who want to go over there to build with them and work with them and do all this other stuff with them. They claim that they would not be able to do that. That those men, that is not a dynamic that necessarily exists. And when black men say, hey, listen, I've got a plan, we can do this, we can do that, we'll be able to build this way, we'll be able to build that way, but in the beginning, we're going to have to do it like this and do it like that. Now, I know it's going to be kind of uncomfortable, but I don't plan on maintaining it that way. Because the plan is to elevate and to be doing such and such thing in such and such amount of time. They cannot tolerate a black man that does that. So they claim they will not tolerate it. That this is unheard of. This is unconscionable. That black men would ask this of their women. Black men are the only ones that ask for financial support to their women. They also claim that this is why black women are so masculine with black men, because black men are so unable to provide the basics and are comfortable living that it forces women to be consistently in their masculine energy. And therefore, this is why black men are having such problem with black women. They have such problem with them because they can't be feminine, because they have to do everything in the relationship that the man is supposed to do. And so if you ask a woman to do everything that a man is supposed to do in the relationship, how can she be feminine? That's the rhetoric. That's the rhetoric. Can't submit because the men don't provide. But you submitted to Mr. Cartwright in the hopes that being with him would make you Mrs. Cartwright. And it does not. It absolutely does not. Marrying him has no bearing on you being Mrs. Cartwright, because you can't be Mrs. Cartwright because you're not white. There is no universe that you can be Mrs. Cartwright, because Mrs. Cartwright is a white woman. She's a white woman. So you and trying to escape the dynamics of being a woman by thinking that you're going to go over there to them white men and sit on your butt, man, he had her working. He had her working. You going to make some kind of money. And you're not going to be able to keep it to yourself. You're going to spend it on me and these kids. And I'm going to keep you pregnant. And then they try to act so proper too. That's the other thing with these divestors. They try to act so wholesome and proper. Like they know how to be women. Like they know how to, they be faking to being like, those are the fakest lionesses. Those are the fakest lionesses. The fakest lionesses are divestors. I think the only one that I don't think is faking to be feminine, but she swirl, is Candace Owens. She about the only one that I think she not faking how she is. She the only one I can think of that's over there with Mr. Cartwright. But I don't think she's quite faking what kind of person she is. I think she might actually be or try to be somewhat of what she portrays. But I can't think of nobody else offhand that's actually not a hyena faking to try to be with a white man. You know those are men, right? And they know you faking. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into it. We really gonna get into it. I think so too, Demetrius. Candace is just kind of her. She like nerdy, which is cool because I'm nerdy too. I'm nerdy and geeky. So I don't have no problem with that part. But she about the only one I think that really she's showing up like authentically. Like this is kind of who she is. That she the only one I could think of that's over there with Mr. Cartwright, and she actually trying to be just a woman. However, we are going to. Somebody said Tamara. Tamara's a lioness. Tamara's a lioness. From what I can tell, Tamara is a lioness that want to be a lioness. Tia was raised a lioness, but she's not being very lioness. You understand? But I do kind of, who was that said that? I do think Eve is EVE. Eve is quiet because it ain't nothing for her to do. I don't know about her being no lioness. She just quiet. She just went on about her business. That's all Eve did. But after these messages, we'll be right back because I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. Go ahead and get the best body butter on the market. They also have deodorant. They also have facial moisturizers. They even have incense and things of that nature. So you want to get geared up. This is the summertime. We're headed into the last stretches of it. And so if you haven't gotten the moisturization you need by now, I don't know what you're waiting on. You really need to hit the link at the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. All right. Once again, that link is ashkicking.com and it is pinned at the top of the chat. Okay, I don't know how many likes we need, but you guys are bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta go ahead and hit the like button for me. Let me get to these super chats. Thank you, HVAC. So divested tears make snow bunny years. These white men always go back to their women when boot shining goes wrong, horribly wrong. Exactly. Thank you, Elder. Said that laugh got me no good. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, HVAC said she hurting. She talking that way to him. Thank you, Steve. So what it is, good sister. Thank you for good works. Thank you. Thank you to Renzo. So this made the front page of the Mrs. McGillicuddy Metropolitan newspaper. Yeah. This was on the front page of McGillicuddy Network. Definitely was on the front page of that. Thank you, said Trump for prison. She didn't get with Will Cartwright. She got with Brad Cartwright, Will's cousin from Bumble F, West Virginia. Thank you, Ruminant said she has to pay that literal white tax. Thank you, HVAC said Lionesses forever. Divest is never. If I fixed Dr. Umar Simp Fubar Johnson's words, he keep talking like that, he gonna Chad Wheeler her into oblivion. Yeah, she need to calm down. Thank you, Trump for prison said most divestors seem to be unaware the majority of married white women work and that they stay at the home wife model went out after the 70s. The divestors obviously watch too many episodes of Happy Days. They don't know what Happy Days is. But thank you for the contributions. Am I always unfocused? I hate when the camera. Thank you. All right. Now we move on. This is her TikTok page, y'all. This is her TikTok page. Now I want to shimmy on down to this. This one in particular.
I'm off work finally, and I got like an hour between jobs. So I went and fed my kids and gave them a bath or whatever. And now I have to go back to work. I got to be there by 5:30, and then I don't get off until 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm definitely exhausted, y'all. But nobody said it was going to be easy, and hard work definitely pays off. So, honey, just grind, and remember, in the future, you're going to see that it was worth it. So I'm off work finally, and I got like an hour between jobs.
Now, y'all heard her and y'all saw the little pictures, right? Now that was her stripper picture. The picture that flashed up there with her turned to the side, that was her stripper picture. She was a stripper before she met this white man. That's what she was doing. Right? She was scripting like a regular hood rat. Like a regular hood rat. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Them divestors be fake. They be fake lionesses. Okay? This is for all scrippers. She was for all scrippers. Okay? From the window to the wall. Okay? Give me your number and I'll call and I'll follow that thing to the mall. That okay? You know, it's got to be all of the early 2000s and early 2010 hits that be in the script club, all the yin yang twins and stuff. That's what she was doing, twerking it to the yin yang twins. At 20 by 28, she said she was married to that white man. They've been married 6 years. Is already the marriage is over. Marriage over. Now that's 2 failed marriages, ma'am. Miss Ma'am. Miss Ma'am. That would be 2 failed marriages, yes, which you are the lowest common denominator of. So the problem ain't you, because you a hyena. Because see, I don't know no lioness that's willing to shake her butt and sell her butt for some money for her kids. And I done seen lionesses get down bad. I really have. I'd rather see a lioness go to the welfare office than to go to the script club. I really do it, because at least you could get off the welfare. You that could be a triumph story. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, I spent like a year or two. I had to get welfare, but I came up and I left the welfare alone. I didn't need it. I was able to blah 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 blah. That can be not no scripper story. How you gonna get past that? How a scripper story is a triumph story? That ain't gonna be no triumph story. Well, I had to hit the pole for 2 years. You had to do what for 2 years? And see, the fact that that's a scripper, you don't think that white man knew what he was getting? You don't think that white man knew what he was getting? That white man knew what he was getting. Because, see, it's my theory that he didn't have a whole lot of respect for her. And a lot of times, them white men do not have a lot of respect for the divested, whether they marry them or not. Because you fetishize him. They know how you talk about black men. They know how you talk about your people. They would never talk about their people like that to you. Not to you. But you would talk about yours to them. And from that, and other things that he know about you, find out about you, because you get real comfortable, start running your mouth. Then he lose respect every time. Every single time he go ahead and lose respect. Because, listen, where's it? She got a lot of videos. It was one in particular that I saw that I wanted to show. This one ain't exactly the one, but he don't mind you doing this kind of stuff. A man that cares something about you as his wife do not want you putting your cootie cat in a camera for TikTok in front of him or without him. The only man, the only husband that's gonna congratulate you for handstands, splits, is like Simone Biles' husband. But guess what? She ain't putting her cootie cat in the camera for TikTok. She's practicing as an athlete for the Olympics or some kind of competition. And that's not the same thing. You ain't Simone Biles. What are you doing? Why do you need to do a handstand? Simone Biles is doing a handstand for a living, and she ain't on no pole doing it. Then she does little videos like this. Not to mention that they will wear their natural hair and be fit, feminine, and friendly. The main thing that they say they're not going to do, they say they're not going to do that with Black men. They're not going to be fit, feminine, and friendly with Black men. That's what they said. But she got her natural hair. In that last little clip I showed you, that was her hair. That was her hair. It was pretty too. It's one in particular where she called herself was being funny. Oh.
That's my hubby. Two of my boys. There's another one. And I am currently pregnant. I am an African American Black woman. I have multiple kids. Of course, that means I have multiple baby daddies. My two oldest are only 15 months apart. I knew I had to get it in. After I had my first one, he was only 5 months old. I went and found some random on the street and made sure I got it really quickly before I even healed interiorly and had my second. I went and found a nice white man that can take care of my family because I knew without him, we would be on government assistance forever. White man understood that I was a hoe. Been together for 5 years and the baby's only 3. Just understood that it's just in my nature. So he stayed with me. After I cheated on him and made my youngest baby, it was really important for me to have a baby by him. Just in case he divorces me, I can take alimony and child support. I know here is my little family. That's my hubby. Two of my boys. There's another one. And I am currently pregnant. I am an African American Black woman. I have multiple kids. Of course, that means I have multiple baby daddies. My two oldest are only 15 months apart. I knew I had to get it in. After I had my first one, he was only 5 months old. I went and found some random on the street and made sure I got it really quickly before I even healed interiorly and had my second. I went.
Now, mind you, mind you, the story that she's telling is not factual. She's being funny. She's being funny and saying that she had a baby by a random and no, she didn't. Though them last couple kids is his. The first one was hers with another relationship. Okay. She's saying what she's saying to try to mock her hyena clan that she thinks she's better than. Okay. She thinks she's better than the hyena clan she come from. So what she's doing is telling a ratchet story because that's what so many Black women get on there and do. Tell a ratchet story. Parts of it is true, though. I know that he knows he got a whore. Not because she, quote unquote, had a baby somewhere else, because she didn't. But because you was a scripper. Women don't understand how men see that. If you were stripping just a little while ago, especially just a little while ago before he met you, you a hoe. You a hoe. Because 9 times out of 10, especially if you was good looking and a good dancer, you was not just on that pole. You was on a whole lot of other poles because that's where they make their money. When you hear scrippers say about they pulled in thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, and all this other kind of stuff, blah, 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 they are not talking about the money that was on the floor after she got done dancing. That is not the bulk of that money. The bulk of that money, when you hear strippers talk about making a lot of money, they are in the VIP section. If you know, you know. Because the strippers that don't make that kind of money, they're the ones that's actually just dancing and going home. They're not making the top dollar. Because you got to do what it do to make the top dollar. You got to be willing to do what it do. You got to be willing to be the escort. You got to be willing to be, you know what I'm saying? You know, special requests. You know, these guys want you to special request, you know, you go to the bachelor party. You've been hired at the bachelor party. They gonna probably run that train at that bachelor party. You want to come away with a lot more tips. Now he like all that sex stuff and he like all of that. She freaky. She a little freak. So he like all that and she little too. So he like all that. But Mr. Cartwright has always liked that. He has always liked the sexual part of Black women because he's always had access to it. So that's not a new thing. Of course he likes the sexual part of her. Cause she not bad looking. She cute. She cute because she show up in a lot of videos fresh face. So she's cute. She is nothing ugly about her. She not no ugly girl. And she, you know, stay with her stripper body or whatever. So she ain't fat. So he like all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He like putting in a pretzel and going to town and all that. He love all that. That's where she got them kids at. But I guarantee you, that man don't like her. She look like she annoying. He look like he getting about tired of her fetishizing him like that. So he fetishized her back. Okay. That man probably don't pay her no attention outside of making them little TikTok videos. And he only do that because there's a monetary gain to that. Because if there was no monetary gain to that, first of all, he would not be participatory and he would have told her, put that thing down. Hey, what is you doing? Now, I don't know what he do for work outside of that. If he does work outside of being with her on the TikToks and stuff like that, I don't know. But he participates because that's a bag. TikTok pay you. So there's something in it for him. From what she say, he was a deadbeat prior to. That sounds like Tamar Braxton's man. Because he got how many baby mamas? And how many babies? He got like 4, 5 baby mamas, do he not? I cover her. She'll never get back to a man the quality of Vince that she had. She'll never get back to that quality ever again. Vince was the best man she ever had. Tony was really looking out for her when she introduced her to Vince. I don't know if she was looking out for Vince, but she was looking out for Tamar. Because Vince seemed like he was a really cool dude. But Tamar's man, she got baby mamas. He a deadbeat. He a quote unquote lawyer girl, whatever. He be checking her and stuff. Don't be talking about me like that on these little radio shows and little interviews. And she publicly apologized. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Zaddy. Sorry. Never would do that for a Black man. Fought Vince tooth and nail about everything. She did not want to do nothing that Vince was telling her to do, and the things that he was telling her to do was for her benefit. But she didn't want to hear that. She wouldn't even so much as listen for the career part of it. The little bit she did listen, she did get some traction. Because the Love and War and that whole little album or whatever, Vince was behind her with that album. That was a pretty good album. Now, you know what I'm saying? She's having shows where Krishan Rock is ain't that Krishan whatever, Blueface's girl, showing up fighting and carrying on. This is the kind of little ratchet shows she having. Study getting robbed by somebody. That white man had done left her for a little while. Came back, she begged him back. Then it was some drama between Tony, not Tony, that reality TV girl. I can't keep up with them stupid names. It's she pretty, but she always be getting drunk and fighting. That describes all of them, don't it? But Tommy, thank you, Tommy. I knew it was a boy name, Tommy. So Tommy came on there on the internet talking about she had Tamar's man eating her out. Now, you know, just ratchet things that Vince would never. And once these relationships break down, you'll be seeing what the problem with the chicks are. You'll be seeing their problem. Now the relationship breaking down with this girl right here. Now all the problems that he was, all the red flags. You was a deadbeat. You lied about this. I gotta pay for everything. What you do it for if you're going to complain that you doing it? What you pay for everything for? You should be glad that you pay for everything. So now he got to get out. Since that's how you rolling. And they never did say what started all this. You probably called him cheating with a Mrs. Cartwright. He probably caught him with a white woman that didn't look half as good as her. That's the fact of the matter. That's what they don't want to say where this is coming from. Because why would you all of a sudden get on talking about what you done paid for and what you done bought? No. She done caught him texting and talking to a white woman, a woman that he actually respect and he like. That white woman shaped like an ice potato or something. That white woman don't look half as good as her. You understand that? But he liked that woman. He liked that woman. He respect that woman. He talked to that woman. He's annoyed by her. All that flexing and you can do a split on it and all that that ain't neither here nor there. Because these chicks never do understand what men actually want. Even when they go over to Brad, see, I wanna destroy a myth. I want to destroy the myth that they are different or that somehow they change when they get with Brad. No, they don't. They fake longer because they have a fantasy that they are living out. So they fake longer with him. Okay? Than they do with black men. They don't want to fake with y'all. But they'll go over to a white man and they will fake. Okay? And then, just like any other time, the mask drops and the hyena come full force out. They never do understand what men actually want. So they continue to attract the bums that they say they can't get away from because black men are inherently bums. So when they go over to a white man, they feel like the white man is God. That's really what it is. and he can do no wrong. So anything he say, it's got to be all right. He got to see it through. What they fail to realize is that if you are a hyena, you always attract hyena males. If you are a bottom feeding, low down, dirty, back footed hyena that ain't got no scruples, you're going to attract a hyena no matter where he come from. No matter what ethnic background he come from. They the ones got this thing that white men got to be this and be that. That's why I kept showing y'all that video every few months. I show it to you about that white man sitting there talking about how he don't like it that black women do that, because he like, we just regular men. And the black men that she passed up is actually better than me. That's what that man was saying. They be better than us. And you pass them up to come to us and do everything with us that they ask you to do, and we don't like it because we see through it. Don't nobody want to be used like that. Leave Mr. Cartwright alone. He don't want to be used like that. And y'all don't understand that. Them white men they don't actually appreciate that. That's not appreciation to them. That don't make them feel good. That make them feel like it's because it's weird. Because it is weird. You can't blame them for not liking it, because it's a weird way to be. Why come you just can't be women? And then you attract the men that you attract. And if he happen to be a white man, he can be a white man. If he happen to be a black man, he be a black man. If he happen to be a Mexican man, he can be a Mexican man. But why y'all specifically fetishizing and aiming for these particular white men? Like, these men don't like that. Yeah, this whole black wife effect. Let me speak to that before we go. It's not the black wife effect. This is yet another hyena usurping of what lionesses do. They always usurping what we do without any understanding of what we do as lionesses. They are always trying to mask themselves with what they think lionesses do without knowing nothing about what lionesses do. The black wife effect. Get out of here with that. It's the lioness effect. And there's no lioness that's worth the pride rock she sit on that's gonna come somewhere and tell somebody that's the black wife effect. We know we lionesses. We don't have time. Do you understand that? We are busy being who we are. That's enough. Because we do a lot. We actually do things in our relationships. Okay? We actually have work to do in our relationships. So we don't be having time to get on here and flex and yeah, and this and that, you know, because it's like, for real. Because who has the energy for that? Day in and day out, trying to convince somebody. Who you convincing? Because our husbands is convinced. Our children are convinced. Our families is convinced we lionesses. Who we convincing? hyena way to try to convince somebody they something they not. The biggest chameleons is divestors. Always trying to act like they a lioness. Have no idea what lionesses' lives are like or what we do or why we do it. Because if a lioness, let me tell you something before we go. If a lioness was footing the bill for her household, she wouldn't get nowhere and be mad that she did it because she would have done it for a specific reason. And for the outcome of a goal, not to try to pay for something and then front like, you know what I'm saying? We live in a lifestyle this way and that way, but really I'm the one footing the bill. Like, ain't no lioness got time for that. So even if we is paying for something, thank you, Miss Celine. Said, did you ever see the TikTok of the young divestor with the guy in his 40s? In the video, he said he felt wrong going about it, but it was her that was persistent about being with him. No, I didn't get that. Send that to me in an email if you can find it again, Miss Celine. Thank you, sweetheart. Said he was weary because of the age. I mean, but she was the one who pushed it. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, GA Power Aid. Said what's really interesting is that she made a video to justify the white failure not being his fault. Oh, I didn't even see that part. Thank you again, Miss Celine. Said in meeting at a strip club isn't the romantic story they painted to be with getting with a white guy. It's the equivalent to meeting on Craigslist. Right, back pages. You was hired. Girl, he hired you and you didn't go home. Girl. Thank you, Jesse, saying a country that was built for him to succeed and her to fail. She literally took care of him, then took to the internet to place him on a pedestal that he didn't deserve. Thank you, Bernard. Said correlation. Women would gladly give racks to be in Chris Breezy's presence for a snapshot. How much more to be in a public relationship with Mr. Cartwright? Low value women will pay for a perceived advantage. That's absolutely correct. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you again, Miss Celine. Say if this isn't settling, I don't know what it is. Right, it's settling away. You're way bad. She down bad with that settling. Girl. Thank you, Bishop. Said stop telling our strip club secrets. And I ain't never been to a strip club. I ain't never been to no kind of club, actually. I have never set foot in any club of any kind, strip club or otherwise, at all. But it just makes sense. And then you hear folks talk about it, people that actually live the club life. And then you hear folks talk about it. And so it makes sense. Yeah, that's about how they roll. Thank you, Most Hated and Underrated. Say, hey, Miss Cure, Angry Man did a breakdown yesterday. Big Show lookalike was the bouncer at the club she worked at. Also, Rose mentioned he sleep on a dirty not a dirty mattress. A dirty mattress. Shout out to the Angry Man. A dirty mattress. A dirty mattress. Okay. These chicks be tripping. No, I've never. I'm telling you, I wasn't really outside. I wasn't really because when you think about it, in my youth, when the age where people do the clubbing, I was married. And we wasn't clubbing. You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't really outside like that. So people always think it's cap. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't do this, you ain't do that. Not really. Because the age is that you would do that in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. I was married and a Muslim, and we just didn't do it. So, you know what I'm saying? When he died, I was 40. Going to the club for what? You missed your window, Miss Ma'am. You done missed your window, ma'am. Auntie can't be at the club now. You auntie now. You can't get in the club now, baby. You auntie. Nobody want to see you in the club. All out of place. Thank you again, Most Hated. Said sorry when she met him, he was sleeping on a dirty mattress in the basement. So that's just oh God, Lord. Thank you, Kelvin. Said Brad at the Waffle House, but I need Ruth Chris. Right. Worse than the Waffle House. What's worse than the Waffle House to go to? Because Waffle House pretty bad. They fights and count on the Waffle House. What's worse? What you call it is worse than the Waffle House now. It's a buffet place, Old Country Buffet. Is Old Country Buffet anywhere else but in the Midwest? Is there anybody else got an Old Country Buffet except for Illinois and Indiana and all that kind of stuff? Because Old Country Buffet bad now. It's bad. It is bad. It was bad years ago. It used to be a good place to go to a buffet, but now, it's bad. It's bad. In the South, y'all got Old Country. Okay. Don't throw Cracker Barrel in there. It's a bunch of white folk, but I'm telling you, them pancakes on point. Cracker Barrel breakfast on point. Okay, you got to go to where the white folks is at now. They hits and stuff like that, and they looks at you funny when you get in there. They be cordial, but you got to go ahead, get in there, and eat something, and get on out of there. But them pancakes be on point now, baby. Don't you say nothing bad, but not too much on Cracker Barrel now. Now it's a barrel of crackers over there, but that's all right, cause them pancakes and them little eggs, them omelets. Oh, baby, bye. Boy, babe. Now you go ahead in there and go ahead and leave on up out of there. Now you might get, sometimes I look around the little store because they had a little Cracker Barrel store next to it with your little rustic things and then little country things. They have a little knick-knack here and there. You know what I'm saying? But them pancakes is on point, baby. Because I go to Cracker Barrel before I go. I don't like IHOP either. IHOP is right there. IHOP done went down almost to where the Waffle House. The only thing that they don't do in IHOP is fight. But why come when you go to IHOP, you'll never smell no food? I don't like that. You is supposed to be unbigging your back. Go ahead, unbig your back. I ain't speaking against it, but I am saying that Cracker Barrel will help you maintain a big back end status. Okay. I am done with y'all. Okay. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Don't forget, t-shirts are now on sale in the store. Same place you go get the book, crimsoncure.com. You can get your t-shirts. I'm going to be adding new designs every week. So be on the lookout. If I don't have anything for you now, just keep looking. I'm going to produce these t-shirts. They are of the highest quality. I love them. You will love them. The print quality is very good. The t-shirts are actually really, really nice. So we're going to introduce hoodies and things like that, especially as we get into fall, hoodies and hats, the whole 9 yards. All right. So I'm going to get on up out of here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.